Hello and welcome to Jiyo Bangla. I am Advaita Seth and today I am going to interact with a very special individual, a person who has more than 20 years of experience in nurturing business. Yes, I am talking about none other than Mr. B L Mittal, founder and executive chairman of SastaSundar. A warm welcome to Jiyo Bangla, Mr. Mittal. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to interact with you. So, sir, to begin with, what I would like to ask you is what motivated you to come up with startups and especially a brand like SastaSundar?
Oh, thank you. First, I convey my gratitude to Team Jiyo Bangla that they came here to take my interview. I thanks all viewers who are spending their precious time to listen my views on entrepreneurship. Thanks a lot. So, what motivated me is the journey of SastaSundar started with my experience of my own family, that my father got diabetic at the age of 45 years. At 56 years his kidney was failed and 62 years he died. And this story is the story of practically 90% of the Indians. So, at 45 years he was having diabetic, he used to go to some government hospital, get some medicine and his symptoms disappeared and he thought that his diabetes is cured, but it does not. So, the first important message was that there was lack of knowledge, and then second there was lack of awareness, third there was lack of medicine which he regularly could have taken and lived longer life. So, that that spitted my mind that where is the problem. So, we all are aware that India is pharmacy of the world. We produce the largest generic medicine in the world, second largest producer of branded medicine in the world. We are one of the largest producer of vegetable, nutritious, meat, everything. So, there is not a problem of resources, then where is the problem of not availability or affordability, where is the problem? So, problem lies in the distribution. You have the resources, but still your last mile there is a problem of affordability, there is problem of accessibility, there is problem of consistency, then the distribution lacks. So, I found that there are various gaps in distribution. The one gap is the price, obviously, second gap is the awareness, and third gap is the proper distribution system, which is data driven, and which we have seen in COVID-19 that we have the lot of oxygen, still there was hue and cry for oxygen. We have all lot of medicine, still there was hue and cry of the medicine. So, there is no data which can prescribe that where we need the medicine, how much medicine is needed and why those medicines are needed, these are important. So, this digital came in and this was an opportunity that because of the digital technology we can set up an efficient distribution system which is data driven and which is capable to provide the last mile access to the last mile person. And then I thought let me start with this digital distribution system in healthcare, and this SastaSundar came in from my mind because this lies in the heart of all Indians, that at the end of the day healthcare should be Sasta, means it should be affordable, and Sundar it means should be genuine, the quality. So, the quality healthcare denotes the SastaSundar. That is how we started with SastaSundar, and I thanks to all the people who have given their heart and mind to this brand SastaSundar, and we are thankful to that.
That's wonderful. So, inclusive ecosystem built on efficiency, is that your model of startups?
Yes. So, the startup based upon technological backbone is not something of a fashion statement, that I am a startup, I am a digital, I own an app. It is not a fashion. Anything where technology is coming, two important things has to be there. One, it has to be inclusive, because the purpose is inclusive. SastaSundar purpose is to provide affordable health care to the last mile person. So, it has to be inclusive, and then the whole idea is bringing efficiency to the system, because we wanted to ensure affordability, we wanted to ensure accessibility, we wanted to ensure about consistency, and that is only possible when there is a data driven approach, and those has to be in autopilot mode, so that the consistency can be ensured, and that is how we call it efficient. And I can proudly say that SastaSundar model of distribution is one of the most efficient distribution system in the world, which is proven by its own data, by its own metrics. So, that is how I prescribe that any business you are doing, there has to be a purpose, and that purpose has to be inclusive, and then it should bring efficiency, so that the consumer expectation, consumer experience increases tremendously, cost is reduced and efficiency, the experience increases. So, increasing the experience and reducing the expenses, increasing experience and reducing the expenses, we call it an efficient ecosystem.
Processing the data and maintaining the consistency is the key to the success of these startups. You would
Yes,
say.
yes. So, as I said that there has to be an increase in the experience and decrease in the cost. So, I am going to a particular product or particular services where my experience is at this level. So, the startup should increase this experience to this level. My cost is this level, the cost should come down to this level. So, the gap of value delivery becomes high. That is how the efficiency is measured.
On that note, sir, I would like to mention that SastaSundar started its journey from Kolkata and has spread its wings to different states of the country and is quite a success there. So, sir, how did you make that happen?
You see, the problem statement of access, affordability and consistency is all over India. I would say practically all over the world, it is the same. There are same kind of people, there is same kind of health issues, there is same kind of problem, and wherever you do the same ticks that increase the experience and decrease the cost, it will work everywhere. So, simultaneously when we went out of West Bengal to Jharkhand to Assam to Delhi to Mumbai, everywhere we got there the same brand was accepted by the people, because the value delivery system of efficiency remained the same.
So, while establishing SastaSundar in Kolkata and also in other states of the country, what were the initial hardships that you had to face? What were the things that you had to make sure of before you could start the process of branding SastaSundar?
So, hardship, yes, anything new you start, there will be some mental issues, there will be understanding, because I was from the financial background. So, understanding healthcare, understanding medicine itself was a challenge. But due to good team we got in Kolkata, and I tell you, the Kolkata is one of the best talent pool. I can say it's a talent city of India, and we get very good talent here. So, I got talent from every field. So, first few months, then there were some regulatory issues, because medicine we were the first to start online. So, whether we can sell medicine online, that was also an issue, but this health buddy model helped us to bridge the gap of regulatory compliances. So, overall initially few months, yes, there was hardship, but once the brand took off, then I think it was a smooth journey.
Would you tell us a brief about the health buddy system that you are talking about?
Yes, so health buddy system is a very finance system of distribution, where we gave human face to the digital economy. So, in a normal e-commerce you will find that there is a courier which goes to your home, but we established this system as a health buddy. So, what we did, every pin code has a one healthcare center, healthcare service center, which we call health buddy. He does not hold inventory, but he is a licensed drug store who is seller on our platform, and we manage the entire inventory at one place as a wholesaler and procurement agent. So, two things were very important, that since the procurement was at one place, so we ensure that every medicine we supply is a genuine medicine, because our processes are such great processes. Our procurement to dispatch, we call it as a genuine 100% process, whereby we ensure that every medicine which is going to the customer, there is a stamp of genuinity on that.
So, sir, IT and pharma, how powerful is this combination? Information technology and pharmaceuticals, how powerful is the combination?
See, the pharmaceutical is the life issues. So, obviously anything which deals with human life is powerful, and IT is as I said that it brings efficiency to the system. So, you attach the essentiality of the life to the efficiency, then it becomes obviously powerful. So, IT is making life easy, and medicine is making life longer. So, you can say that longer life with each, that becomes pharma and IT.
So, moving on to your personal experiences and your personal life. So, you belong to a middle class setup and used to study and work simultaneously in order to afford your own expenditure for the academics. How did you dream of coming into the business world, and in terms of setting up of new entrepreneurship ventures?
See, here I would like to say my personal experience for all the people who are into this middle income group. So I think we measure the middle class or lower class or upper class by money. There's a very myth, and that is the biggest lies. I can say that my father or my family was from money side, you may classify as a middle income, but he was a very great person with a great philosophy and great wisdom. So we should measure the parents and our background with more by the wisdom than by money. So if your parents are having that great wisdom, that classical value system, then you are not less than any billionaire in the world. So this middle income group philosophy that I belong to middle income group, or I belong to poor, or I belong to a particular economy is a trap. Please don't come into this trap. You take advantage of your family background. If your parents may be, I mean, wiser than anybody on this earth, they may have the strong value system, and you take advantage of that value system. You learn those value system, and those are as precious as millions lying in your bank account. So I would say that I belongs to a family which has the great tradition of wisdom. My father was a very honest person, and he carried a great reputation in the market. So wherever I go, people say, hey, he is the son of this particular person. I get that respect, and that allowed me the access to any business house in India, that that background. And I don't find any problem from the middle income group. That was I would say that my family background was the great support to me, and the money was never a problem to me. The capital, whenever I went, I needed capital, there were investors to back me, there were my customers who back me always and always. This middle income or lower income or hardship is a trap. It's a biggest myth, biggest lie.
Sir, give us an insight into your childhood, so that it works as an inspiration for the budding entrepreneurs. You used to study commerce in Umesh Chandra College and then study CA simultaneously and also work in the evening. How hard were those days, and do you think that phase of life made you what you are today?
No, I would say those are the most exciting time that I still miss. So I don't find at that point of time also I never felt those are the hard work, because I was having a proper roof, 3 times meal to eat, and lot of work. At that age I can work to longer hours also. So I studied from Rajasthan, and from a government school, and I must say that it is a small village, but there were a lot of kind-hearted people who built good rooms, good toilet, good library. So all the facilities were available. I studied in Bada Bazaar. There is a Bada Bazaar library which is also built by some kind-hearted people. So we were getting an air-conditioned room to study, and there was a good restaurant called Basa in Bada Bazaar. We always offered a good food.
And that is why you come off as a as inspiration for the budding entrepreneurs. So sir, you talk about 7 steps of being an entrepreneur. Would you kindly give us a brief about the 7 steps of being an entrepreneur?
Yes, so I take little time because it may help other people who want to be an entrepreneur. The first step of an entrepreneur is that knowing myself, who am I. So first state of entrepreneurship is that who am I. So first understand that what is the purpose of your life and what do you want to be. Vivekananda is as great as Dhirubhai Ambani is. Vivekananda is as great as Narayan Murthy is. So both have their different path to follow. So it is not necessary that you become an entrepreneur. You can be an employee and can be as great as an entrepreneur. There are people, you can see the MDs of all are Indians, from Google MD, Microsoft MD, they all are employees, but still they are great people. They have done not less than any other entrepreneurs. So first thing is that you know yourself, and second thing is that you know your family. So as I passed in 1992, at that point of time I was needed some regular income. So though at that point of time I want to start my own, but because my father was sick, I needed income, so I joined Birla Corporation because my family needs some regular money. I can't put my family at risk, because at the end of the day the purpose of the entrepreneurship is happiness. So if I am doing something my own, and at the end of the day, if I am not able to spend money on my father's treatment, then there is no purpose is lost. So first thing is that you define your own journey, that where you want to reach, and the best part is that you write your own obituary, that when you die, people come and they write something what you like to read that. Then you understand what is purpose of your life. Once you know the purpose of the life, then you understand whether you want to be an entrepreneur or not. If you want to be an entrepreneur, that is your decision, then you are fixed on that, okay, I want to be an entrepreneur. Second thing is that what is condition of my obligation towards my family, because if you are not happy, your family is not happy. So you need to understand that what are your obligation, what you need, what your family need. Then you understanding that, you get a clearance that when you should start entrepreneurship. And entrepreneurship is not an overnight journey, it is a very long journey. So don't take decision in hurry, you take your own time. You have a very sufficient time of your life. This is the second step. Third step is that once you decide that, okay, I want to be an entrepreneur, I have a support of my family, then third is that what should I do. Then identification of a problem statement that you want to solve. So if you want to solve a problem statement, then that problem has to be unique, which match with your skill, because the first step is that knowing myself includes what skills I do have. And then after third step, once you understand that what problem you want to solve, and you understand that that problem is in demand, there is a sufficient market, then fourth step comes finding a good team. First is to find out a good co-founder, because it is always needed that you have somebody with you to carry your bags, somebody with you to pick up your soldiers. So I always tell that be like a children. So why the children are the biggest risk taker in the world? Because if you observe the children in your home, he will put his hands in fire, or he will go beyond bus. Why? Because you understand that behind him his father is there, his mother is there, his brother is there, his sister is there, they will save him. So build this kind of ecosystem around you, because you will fall down, then there has to be somebody to motivate you, to pick up you, to support you. So these are the 4 steps. Then fifth step is, if once you get the team, then mobilization of the resources. Then you plan your business, that what kind of business you need, what kind of resources you need, and then you raise your funding, you raise your technology about everything, and then going all out. And then obviously 6 is building your product, checking its core value. So once you building the product, you again come to step 3, that what is your core value and whether that exists. 2 things which you always should fix upon. One is the core value of the business, like a soul, that your body may change, but your soul never change. And till your soul is perfect and in a good position, nobody can destroy you. So again check your product soul, whether soul is intact, and your culture as a child, as a thinker, as an innovator remain the same, then you are fit for. And then obviously the next step is that going all round to the world for marketing. So that is how you go to the market and test your products. So these are the basic 7 steps of being an entrepreneur.
So personally, how do you deal with stress and failure?
So stress and failure, I deal with my meditation programs. So I daily follow the meditation programs. I have studied in detail Gita, Upanishad and or Sanatan philosophy, and I think there is no greater things than the meditation and pranayam which we care to deal with your stress. So stress is a human essentiality that will come and that should come. So definitely any entrepreneur should do pranayam and meditation on daily basis, should follow the yoga practices. That is the best thing to deal with your stress.
That's really wonderful to hear. So what would be your message to the budding entrepreneurs of this country?
My message to the budding entrepreneurs to the country is that if you want to build something new, then bring the culture of inclusiveness and efficiency into that. So once your market should be inclusive, and second is that it should not be fashion statement, but it should increase the experience of the customers, and should decrease the cost and bring more efficiency to the ecosystem. And second is that never get afraid of and doing anything new, because life is at the end of the day is an experience. So experience it.
It's about going beyond the known and discovering the unknown.
Discovering the known. Yes.
It was such a pleasure talking to you, Mr. Mittal. Thank you so much for giving us your valuable time for us to interact with you. I hope you people have loved watching this video. For more such videos, keep watching Jiyo Bangla.
Thank you, Jiyo Bangla, for this wonderful opportunity to me.